Unity Broadcasting Television don't come for unify, sensitize, and inform Salon people home and abroad. Unity Broadcasting TV don't come for
developments now we country TV.
Unify, sensitize, and inform we all
for developments now we nation Salon.
Unity Broadcasting TV don't come
for developments now we country TV.
Unify, sensitize, and inform we all
for developments now we nation Salon.
We now independent media house. We dey here for unify, sensitize, and inform Sierra Leoneans home and abroad.
We dey here so for talk, but wetin dey happen? Political discussion.
You for know about Salon politics.
Religious messages, entertainment self no go left again.
We no go left nothing again, no.
Unity Broadcasting TV don't come
for developments now we country TV.
Unify, sensitize, and inform we all
for developments now we nation Salon.
Unity Broadcasting TV don't come
for developments now we country TV.
Unify, sensitize, and inform we all
for developments now we nation Salon.
This na the team them where we dey talk about
Sierra Leone political history,
defeating the lives of fake people.
waiting they be na social media.
One-on-one interview, we go bring you all the hot topics.
Unity Broadcasting TV say,
and we let we self and better Salon.
We like we serve and better Salon. Today na the 16th day of January 2026. Na so we'll take welcome una all to the last edition of Unity Broadcasting Morning Show. Me we dey carry this program to una today as a last maiden program for the week. Me your name na Elizabeth Skefwe Gembe. And today we go definitely focus on the MCC Compact. Una we dey watch with viewers, then today go be one of the exceptional days where we go broadcast only in English because of the guests where we dey get. You know, don't understand the Creole well for able for articulate to waiting we they want. So today go be an exceptional day. We all know say we always can broadcast inside the Creole language so that people go able for understand. We villagers, we Onkuden, we Antiden, within the sub parts of the country who understand within the go on. But today definitely it got to be exclusively English. So do ya wanna go pardon we know they understand the English better. We go later translate and for una on the page. With the broadcast live now with 48 Shaka Stephen Street, you go send a text message to the number 076 946 948 as this program day live on we Facebook and we YouTube page. You yourself we they watch we know say you go be part of and send you message as this with the focus specifically on the compacts, the MCC compacts. Sierra Leone don't get $480 million, one of the largest, biggest money where we don't get. But again, 1 year on, the question what they ask. But a very important question which Sierra Leoneans they ask. Who side this money they? Waiting gets the hold on. This money now for being electricity. And we want to see recently the energy minister Paul Ward Nado say then get for the distribute lights, then get for the shape lights, and that's a mean. So we go ask the MCC Compact gentleman, we go join with at the studio, Stephen Golda. May tell we waiting at the hold and who side the MCC Compact right now. The cartel una me name na Elizabeth Skefwe Gembe. The interview is gonna be exclusively in English and it's an exclusive interview between me and him. Stay tuned as we take a quick commercial break and I'll be right back with the guests. But before that, before bringing the guests, we get a very quick updates from Bo City, Wusai. We understand say something happened. Good morning and welcome to Unity
Broadcasting. Do you want to enjoy the more?
Good morning and welcome to Unity Broadcasting. Alhaji Mansare, you know what are we they talk to specifically? All right, give me a quick update of security in Abo City, Abo Southern region.
Generally, the Southern region under the Internal Police Commander South, AIG and Mustafa Kamara. South, very, very calm and quiet, with partner group of support. When we know people because
all right, Alhaji, we dey get interruption. We go come back to you. The program now Unity Broadcasting Morning Show. We dey take a quick commercial break and we'll go be right back. Stay tuned.
Do you want to enjoy the much needed fiber internet facility for both home, office, and business growth? Then Fastnet Sierra Leone is your answer. Fastnet SL Limited offers you unlimited network with seamless opportunity to surf the internet anyhow with an affordable money to pay for. Our service is fast like a flash and our bandwidth is the best in Sierra Leone. With Fastnet, your internet doubt is over forever. Also with Fastnet, you will love to enjoy the world of digital reality as much as you can. We are service oriented, customer friendly, and we are here to give you the best out of the rest. We are located at Madungo Town, opposite Water Street off Congo Cross in Freetown. For more inquiries, you can contact us on 079-834047, 074-982-125. Fastnet always.
Lay down by the wrong mattress, you go always wake up on the wrong side of the bed. Start your day the right way with Vitafoam's range of comfortable and affordable mattress and pillow them where available now stores them near you.
Vitafoam, the fine art of living.
Do you want to enjoy the much needed fiber internet facility for both home, office, and business growth? Then Fastnet Sierra Leone is your answer. Fastnet SL Limited offers you unlimited network with seamless opportunity to surf the internet anyhow with an affordable money to pay for. Our service is fast like a flash and our bandwidth is the best in Sierra Leone. With Fastnet, your internet doubt is over forever. Also with Fastnet, you will love to enjoy the world of digital reality as much as you can. We are service oriented, customer friendly, and we are here to give you the best out of the rest. We are located at Madungo Town, opposite Water Street off Congo Cross in Freetown. For more inquiries, you can contact us on 079-834047, 074-982-125. Fastnet always connected. Do you want to enjoy?
All right, welcome back. The program is Unity Broadcasting Morning Show. We are broadcasting live from our 48 Shaka Stephen Street. This morning, I'll be joined by the MCC Compact Director, Country Director, Steve Goulder. Steve Goulder will be here to tell us about the MCC Compact, what's the hold, as this is considered to be the highest amount Sierra Leone has gained from $480 million. $480 million is specified to be for electricity generation for our nation. Recently, we saw a press release from the Ministry of Energy that there is going to be a distribution of energy to the people of Sierra Leone, specifically Freetown. Sierra Leoneans are asking, the compact has been approved by the United States government to Sierra Leone 1 year on. A big question, but very important. Where is this compact? What is the hold? And what are the tangible threshold that Sierra Leone hasn't met? Like I said, Steve Goulder is in the studio to talk to Sierra Leoneans on Unity Broadcasting. What's the way forward? Good morning and welcome to Unity Broadcasting.
Good morning. Good to be with you.
All right. So Steve, aside, how do you feel living in Sierra Leone?
I enjoy Sierra Leone. Yeah, I find people are very friendly. The countryside is beautiful. It's good to be here.
So, have you eaten Sierra Leone food?
Of course.
What's
of
the
course.
Best one? What's the best, your best?
Well, I probably prefer lafidi, actually. I've tried cassava leaf, krin, groundnut soup. All of them are delicious, but I don't know why I prefer lafidi.
All right. Steve said he prefers lafidi. We all know what lafidi is, but we're here to discuss the MCC Compact. So, Steve, 1 year on, 480 million was approved for Sierra Leoneans. This is for energy sector. And of recent, we just saw a press release wherein our energy is going to be distributed, which of course we usually call it blackouts. So what is the current implementation status, and what are the key milestones have been released or has been achieved by Sierra Leoneans?
That's a good question, because you see the announcement about the compact being signed, and then you want to see the construction beginning immediately. But I think it's important just for everyone to remind ourselves that the compact is kind of a medium-term solution for Sierra Leone's energy sector because of its scale. And many of the projects the compact is taking on are medium-term, large-scale infrastructure projects that require a significant amount of preparation. So we're in the period of implementation right now called mobilization. So the compact has been signed. We're mobilizing the team under the government of Sierra Leone that is going to implement the compact. Once that team is in place, they'll be the ones running the procurement for the finalization of design work, and then after we enter into force, the actual construction will begin.
So can you tell Sierra Leoneans what is the old, or what is the milestone already completed that the public may wish to know?
Yeah, so the first thing is my team doesn't implement the project, right? It's the government of Sierra Leone's accountable entity, which is called Millennium Challenge Account Sierra Leone, that will implement the program. And so that team now has secured an office. They are beginning to renovate that and beginning to install the necessary IT equipment. The board of directors has been appointed, put in place. They have started recruiting the executive team. Once the executive team is on board, they'll recruit the rest of the team. And then the major procurements will really start to come out. But already I know they're very close on several important administrative contracts, fiscal agents, procurement agents. One of their major IT contracts is almost closed and ready to finalize renovations of the office. So there's a lot of these preparatory activities underway now so that the team can get up and running to begin delivering the main work of the compact.
So, but again, citizens are asking, with all this beautiful explanation, what is the limited? Why is it so slow that the implementation is not far? This is 1 year on. If you had a baby, that baby would have been running around now calling you daddy, daddy. So it hasn't been feasible. So what's the hold? And why is it too slow?
Yeah, so the main reason for the delay now is that in the U.S. we had a change of administration, and there was an executive order asking for all compacts to pause while the new administration in the United States could review those compacts and determine those that best align with the strategy going forward. So that review process took several months last year, and on the other side of it, the Sierra Leone Compact was approved to resume implementation without any modifications. So that's something we were very proud about. But it did take some time for our new administration to understand the program and appreciate its contribution.
But again, you said they're gonna review it since it's a change of administration. Do you think that will affect, this change of administration will affect our compact?
So I think we've seen that effect in the review period that was taken and the time that took, because we paused implementation until they finished that review. But now that review is done and they've given us full approval to proceed without any modifications, I think now we're on a more normal time schedule where we can move forward with implementation as quickly as possible.
Moving forward with the implementation, globally, when it comes to compacts, we do see other countries, it's like a boom, boom. Coming to Sierra Leone, what is the major threshold, or what is actually holding us? Is there any particular specifics that is holding Sierra Leone to move forward?
So, I would say it is moving forward. The mobilization is moving forward, but the major delay last year was the U.S. administration's review of the compact, right? And they wanted several months to review the compact. So now that that's over, the recruitment has resumed. The board of directors is mobilized. I think actually you'll be hearing soon from the chairperson of the board of directors, the Honorable Vice President. He has some good news for the public about 4 new positions that have been finalized for the MCA team. So the CEO is, the employment agreement is signed, the general counsel, the HR manager, the IT manager. These folks are now in place, and they're going to be starting soon after they give their employers the notice. And really, once that executive team is in place, is when you start to see more of the momentum, because the board of directors are a fantastic group, but ultimately they're providing high-level governance, and it's this operations team that really needs to carry forward the work.
You talk about board of directors. Who are these major board of directors? Are Sierra Leoneans highly visible, or they are from the United States?
Oh no, it's the Sierra Leonean board of directors. So first of all, the Millennium Challenge Corporation in DC, our American agency, has a board of directors composed of Americans. But for the compact, there's a board of directors here, which is chaired by the vice president, the Honorable Vice President. And that's a tremendous privilege for us all to have him so engaged in the program. But then also there are several ministers on the board who are prescribed in the compact to be board members. So the Minister of Finance, the Minister of Energy, the Minister of Gender and Children's Welfare, the Minister of Economy and Planning, and forgive me if I'm blanking on others now, but there's also going to be 2 civil society board members. So those have been appointed, one representative from World Hope International, another representative from YMCA Sierra Leone, and then there's a private sector board member as well, and that is from Africell, that was appointed by the Chamber of Commerce. So it's a very good selection of government, CSO, and private sector to provide high-level governance to the compact from a Sierra Leonean perspective.
Okay, how about from the U.S. perspective? How many individuals should we be expecting on this compact?
So for this board of directors, that's the full board, the ministers, the CSO, the private sector. I'll be attending board meetings, but as an observer. So I'm not a voting member of the board. So it's a Sierra Leonean board for a Sierra Leonean compact.
So we do have $480 million. Like I said earlier in my opening statement, that's a huge sum of money, the largest Sierra Leone has ever won or been approved for. As of this morning, or as of within this 1 year, how much so far has been disbursed?
So happy
implementations, everything. How much so far out of that $480 million
right
approved for Sierra Leone? How much so far has been disbursed?
Right. I'm happy to answer that. I just want to make one addition to my list of board members previously, because I left out the Honorable Minister of State in the Office of the Vice President, and she's been very critical working with us to advance the compact to this stage. So I want to make sure she's acknowledged as a board member as well, Minister Tadawali. She's fantastic. But yeah, in terms of disbursement, there were several years of compact development, that is the preparation of the compact, that used a separate funding account, and that was about $11 million of disbursement preparing the compact. And then now that the compact is signed but not entered into force, there's a portion of the compact funding that's available for these preparatory activities, setting up the administration team, finalizing the design studies, ensuring the government follows through with conditions precedent agreed in the compact. And that pot of money is about 10% of the compact. That's available now for disbursement. I didn't check the exact number this morning as to how much has been dispersed, but I think we're in several hundred thousands of dollars, if not over $1 million by now. And that's because some of the major contracts for this preparation piece have not yet clicked into place, but we do expect some exciting announcements in the coming weeks.
So in your view, at what time will Sierra Leone start to feel this compact?
Sorry, come again?
In your view, what time will Sierra Leoneans start to feel this compact, this electricity? When will you feel Sierra Leone will start to feel the compact?
Right.
Because there is, normally people might say we do get a lot of donor funding, but it doesn't replicate, it doesn't tone down. So when do you think Sierra Leone will start feeling this compact? It's 1 year on. How soon? When? What deadline do the compact have to start implementing?
Sure. So the compact is in the mobilization stage now, but even during the mobilization stage, I think Sierra Leoneans will start to recognize the progress of the compact, both through some policy reforms that the government is going to be putting into motion over the next year or so in compliance with the compact. But also there will be some kind of preparatory work going on. So there's going to be a lot more presence of contractors here in Freetown and around the country preparing for the construction work, and also, really trying to get a baseline on the electricity sector numbers in country so that we can measure the performance of the compact over time. But the major construction work really won't begin until after the compact enters into force, and that may be a timeline like mid-2027 at this point. Everyone is working to do it sooner, but again, there's a significant amount of preparation work that goes into these construction projects. And one of the more important and I think complex things for people to understand is for a lot of these major construction works, sometimes it's an underground cable that is going through a neighborhood or a marketplace, right? So you have to identify all of those individuals. You have to be able to measure the impact that construction work is going to have on them. You have to have a plan in place to make sure that they're safe, that their property is safe, and all of that takes time and engagement before the actual construction work starts. So I think some of that community engagement you'll start seeing over the next year or so, but the actual construction work is sort of phase 2.
All right, given concerns for corruption and the value for money, how will the MCC ensure transparency, accountability, and citizens' oversight throughout the life of this $480 million?
We have several different ways of ensuring that the funds are used for the purposes that we've agreed with the government of Sierra Leone. And these are standard for all compacts, right? Because the risks that everyone is aware of here in Sierra Leone are actually quite similar to risks that compacts face in other countries as well. And one of the first means of control is that governance team, the board of directors that I mentioned earlier, who is going to be supervising the work of the MCA executive team, right? So major decisions, contracts, procurement plans will be run through that board of directors for approval. And also, it's not a situation where the U.S. government is writing a $480 million check and depositing it to an account here in Sierra Leone. That amount is set aside and is available, and the team draws down on that amount on a quarterly basis based on the needs for that coming quarter. So the team will put together the needs for the payments in the coming quarter, make a request for that amount of funding. Our team will vet that, and then the amount will be approved. In many cases, the funds will flow to the administrative team here in Freetown for operational expenses, but in many other cases, funds will flow directly to contractors who are completing the work. So for example, if there's a large construction team that is building a transmission line, they have milestones in their compact, 10% payment for this, 20% payment for this, 30% payment for this. When they reach one of those milestones, the MCA team in the accountable entity can verify that payment should be made. Once that verification is made, they request the payment, and the payment is made directly to the contractor. So that helps, avoid any kind of confusion. It also gives contractors a strong sense of security in signing up for these projects, and it reduces the administrative task of moving money through multiple accounts. So we found it to be very helpful around the world in compact implementation. This is how it's done. But there are also some other safeguards, including we have a strong anti-fraud and corruption team, and they operate anonymous tip lines and hotlines. There's email accounts and phone numbers and mailing addresses where any citizen who feels like they have a concern or they've seen something that they want someone to look into, they can send messages anonymously, privately. Even staff members of the accountable entity can do this, or board members can do this if they want to. And then we have a team who specializes in that, separate from me. Because maybe the concern is about me, and then that team can go and investigate. So, these systems have worked well in compacts around the world, and we look forward to implementing them here too. And I know that the government also values these systems, right? Because these are detailed in the compact document that we negotiated with the government and that they've embraced.
All right, why considering anonymous callers or anonymous reporting? Are these reporting made to the United States government or the compact's individuals or the government of Sierra Leone?
So it depends, I think, on the channel of communication. The MCA team here, I'm sure, will have their own anti-fraud and corruption policies and their own procedures as well. And so they will have channels for reporting. But then there will also be separate channels that are to independent anti-fraud and corruption agents that work for the United States government.
So you spoke about contractors. What threshold will the compact be looking at for contractors who will be bidding for these projects?
All thresholds, really. I mean, some of the programs are very big, hundreds of millions of dollars, and we'll be looking for contractors with, extensive experience and strong financial records to demonstrate that they've handled programs of this size before. But then right down to the smaller contracts that are going to be necessary for the everyday operations of the accountable entity team, as well as moving equipment in and out of the country, civil works, community engagement type contracts. So there's a whole range of business opportunities for Sierra Leoneans and international companies alike to work together and to I think do something very important in this country.
In that case, so far, has any Sierra Leonean met that threshold from your point of view?
Of course, yeah. Several Sierra Leoneans have been hired by the compact already, and during the compact development process as well. And actually, one of the things.
What I mean as contractors, because you just said you have to have a track record of handling activities like that. So, has any Sierra Leonean so far met that threshold?
So you may be thinking of the major construction projects, and those procurements have not actually been issued yet. So it remains to be seen if Sierra Leonean companies will be successvel. But
are you seeing any Sierra Leonean companies so far ready or being approved or will be approved?
So that vetting process will take place once the procurements are launched, and then they can submit their bids, and then that whole approval process will unfold. But for example, the architect that is working to renovate the MCA office building is a Sierra Leonean firm. And so, they've been on site, they've evaluated, they've done some initial drawings, and it's a Sierra Leonean firm that's doing that.
All right, now let's look at another sector. When will Sierra Leoneans see a true exposure of this Millennium Contract, wherein if there is a corruption, if there is a conflict of interest, will that be made public to Sierra Leoneans?
It depends on the nature of the corruption or the conflict of interest. I mean, you know, often these things are confidential for good reasons. But you know, if there is some benefit to resolving the conflict of interest or addressing the corruption concern, if there's some benefit to doing that by providing that information to the public, then we have no hesitation in doing so. But often, if that can be identified and addressed, then it's done confidentially.
So will the project information be visible or available for the company, Sierra Leoneans, to vet or to see? Because this is a project approved for Sierra Leoneans.
Yes.
Will all information be given to Sierra Leoneans, not only those at the helm of power? Will the ordinary Sierra Leoneans actually know about every information about this contract?
So MCC prides itself on being one of the most transparent, if not the most transparent, international economic development organization, and we've actually been ranked #1 in that metric by international observers. And so I think that means that we go above and beyond some of our peers in that area. And I'll give you an example. The compact document that we negotiated with the government, the actual agreement and all of the terms, the annexes, the budgets, the indicator tables, that's public information. That's posted on our website. And once the MCA organizes their website, it'll be posted there as well. That agreement, the terms of that agreement, our program implementation agreement, other agreements that we've made, almost all of those will be posted publicly. There are things that are not posted publicly, though, because they can disrupt procurement processes that are confidential, or human resources operations that are confidential for good reasons, right? We're protecting individuals' private information. We're protecting a business's private bid for a contract, those types of things. And then, yeah, you know, sometimes issues in the fraud and corruption space need to remain confidential as well, partially because we don't always know whether the accusations are true or not until the investigations play out. And so we don't want to lead the public to think one thing or another before the conclusion is clear. But there will be an extensive amount of information. I suspect more information than the public will be able to really go through and read. For example, people are usually surprised when I say that the compact is publicly available. And they haven't actually gone and taken the time to read that one. So, you know, there are a tremendous amount of ways that we provide information to the public, but it is also incumbent on the public and our partners to take advantage of those and go and read the documents. But we also try and do a good job with shows like yours, you know, where we can come on and talk to citizens and help answer questions.
The program is Unity Broadcasting, our morning show with Steve Gulder, the director of the MCC Compact, who is here to throw light on issues holding the MCC 1 year on. He just lamented that it's going to be visible, it's going to be informative, and of course, Sierra Leoneans will know the full detail of the Compact. You can send your text message via the number 076946948 as we broadcast live through our Facebook and YouTube page. Now, we'll take a quick commercial break. When we come back, we'll dive into the MCC and that of our visa ban. Stay tuned.
Where the much needed fiber internet facility for both home, office, and business growth, then Fastnet Sierra Leone is your answer. Fastnet SL Limited offers you unlimited network with seamless opportunity to surf the internet anyhow with an affordable money to pay for. Our service is fast like a flash, and our bandwidth is the best in Sierra Leone. With Fastnet, your internet doubt is over forever. Also with Fastnet, you will love to enjoy the world world of digital reality as much as you can. We are service oriented, customer friendly, and we are here to give you the best out of the rest. We are located at Madungo Town, opposite Water Street off Congo Cross in Freetown. For more inquiries, you can contact us on 079-834047, 074-982-125. Fastnet, always connected. Do you want to...
When you lay down by the wrong mattress, you go always wake up on the wrong side of the bed. Start your day the right way with Vitafoam's range of comfortable and affordable mattress and pillow them where available in stores them near you.
Vitafoam, the fine art of living.
Welcome back. The program is Unity Broadcasting Morning Show with Steve Golder, the director of the MCC Compact, here in the studio with me. Like I said earlier, we're going to focus on the MCC, but again, recently Sierra Leone has got a ban on restriction going to the United States. The question I'll pose to Steve, whether this ban will have any impeding on the MCC Compact.
Expect any slowdown in implementation from this policy decision. So we're expecting to move forward, as fast as possible. And the team and the work really is here in Sierra Leone. So from time to time, we have colleagues come to the States for conferences or exchanges, and I think there will still be possibilities for those. But really the work is here, and we're focused on advancing the economic development here in Sierra Leone.
All right. Can you assure Sierra Leoneans, because this might be on the lips of citizens out there, whether with or without Sierra Leoneans being eligible to go to the United States, the compact is fully secured?
So those two policy decisions are separate, right? The relationship between the United States and Sierra Leone has many aspects, and one that's very important to both of us is the compact. So my team is very focused on moving forward with the compact. We don't expect any slowdown in implementation at this time.
All right, Steve, there is this common saying, usually they do say when monies are awarded to Sierra Leoneans, the bulk of it is also taken by those who award this contract or who award this or approve this contract for us. Do you agree to the fact that the entire compact money is going to be used again by foreign nationals rather than Sierra Leoneans?
I don't agree. Yeah, I don't agree. I think this compact really is for the people of Sierra Leone, and it's for the economic development objectives that the U.S. government and the Sierra Leonean government have agreed are the priorities for the compact. And so, even if there are some foreign firms that are involved in the contracting and the delivering of services, at the end of the day, those services remain here in Sierra Leone. Those goods, services, and works, infrastructure in particular, remain here in Sierra Leone. So,
well, it does remain in Sierra Leone, but again, the expatriates, when like you earlier on said, people will be coming, like the procurement, all of this, the expatriates, don't Sierra Leoneans eligible for all these high-level positions?
Sierra Leoneans are welcome to apply. Eligibility depends on an individual track record and background, and on a firm level, the business's track record and background. So, what we're concerned about is making sure that the outcome is achieved for the people of Sierra Leone, because the outcome is really what is going to deliver the economic benefit. So as we're evaluating which firms are going to be brought in to do the work, we're looking for merit first, are they the best person or the best firm to deliver this outcome? And if they're Sierra Leonean, then that's a fantastic outcome for us all, because I know it's something very important to Sierra Leoneans to see some of their firms and their people involved in the implementation, and that's something we expect to see. I can't speculate right now about the percentages or anything, because it depends on how they perform in the competition with other bidders as well. We don't have any special quotas for one group or another. We are looking for the best outcome, and to do that, you need a process based on merit.
Finally, this will be my last question, whilst I read you text messages.
Okay.
When will Sierra Leoneans feel this electricity over their head 1 year past on?
So the MCC Compact is a very important part of the government strategy in the energy sector. We're not the whole strategy, and importantly, we're kind of a medium-term part of the strategy. So there are immediate needs in the sector that the leadership team in the government, the Minister of Energy, are very focused on. And we are going to have some involvement in sort of immediate policy up improvements, but the actual infrastructure components will be medium term. And so that means a couple years from now.
All right, the program is Unity Broadcasting Morning Show with Steve Golder in the studio. I'll read few text messages from our Facebook page, and I'll only read 2 from our text message and 1 from our WhatsApp message. Let me start with David Nathaniel. Say, how far with the implementation? Somebody's just greeting. Kroma said corruption is the main, I don't know what he was trying to say, but I think he said disease in Africa, Sierra Leone, to be specific. Mark said impact on vulnerable population, Mr. Steve, MCC country director. How does MCC ensure that its intervention directly benefits vulnerable and marginalized communities, including women, youth, and rural population, while reducing poverty and inequality in Sierra Leone? Kroma said, the truth here is the Sierra Leone people are worried to see boots on ground. Please, MCC. Suleiman said corruption has been the order of the day for Sierra Leone. Mark again said, how far is the MCC Compact in Sierra Leone addressing critical infrastructure? Infrastructure constraint, particularly in electricity, transport, and water system, to stimulate private sector growth and job creation. Suleiman Jallo said, Sierra Leone is fast moving into political season. If the compact is not implemented until there is a change of governance, will this not affect the implementation process? That is from our Facebook page, and I'll read directly. This is our regular text message. Mary from Bose, Mr. Golder, it's a good presentation, but again, remember, Sierra Leoneans are full of corrupt practices. Please, let the hotline be in every areas on jingles so that we can point out the flaws of our nation. Congratulations, power is gonna change as I will not read that one. And the other one I'll read from Ibrahim. Ibrahim said, oh, what a great show. How I wish this compact will really benefit Sierra Leoneans. It is of grave importance that the U.S. really come on board to salvage our electricity situation. Again, let me make it clear to Steve that 60 to 80% of Sierra Leoneans do steal lights. Let all your meters be regulated from the United States. Otherwise, you will just be giving us free lights and there is no yielding to the government of the Republic of Sierra Leone, and you end up not having no benefits in this. And then I'll read one from our WhatsApp message. The texter has no name. Congratulations to Unity Broadcasting, a great milestone. I do enjoy the session. Steve is a very intelligent gentleman. I've listened to him across other networks. I only hope that this compact will benefit Sierra Leoneans, not benefit them, that brings or brought every system to the ordinary Sierra Leoneans. Long live the United States, long live Sierra Leone. May unity reign so that our visa ban will go off. All right, so Steve, so far these are the questions and text messages that came from our Facebook page. What do you think?
Very informed and attentive listeners. Really good questions. Yeah, really good questions. Let me try and address a couple of them by just explaining some components of the compact. You know, there was one about addressing critical infrastructure, and that is a main objective of this compact. So policy reform is critical. The reduction in losses and increasing revenue collection, that's very important. You had a listener comment on meters. I know that's something that the government is trying to tackle in the short term, because that's something you can change right now even without the compact. So the policy reform piece is important, but what we learned during compact development was that there are tremendous infrastructure needs here in Sierra Leone. Like, a lot of the electricity grid is decades and decades old and needs to be refurbished. Something like 80% of the electricity is consumed here in Freetown. 80%. And so we are going to be focused on refurbishing the electricity grid here in Sierra Leone, in Freetown, so that it's safer and also so that it can move more electricity. But we're also focused on building high voltage transmission lines and increasing access outside of Freetown, right? So there are very important cities outside of Freetown that have access to electricity now, Makeni, Bo, Pujehun, etc. But those cities have more demand than the current system can supply. So we'll be increasing capacity in those cities, and we'll be building, like I say, new transmission lines to bring power to new parts of the country and strengthen the system overall. With regards to actually helping the most vulnerable people in society, that's something that's very close to our heart at MCC, and that's something we always want to see. And in the studies, we realized the current grid, the current system, is suffering from a lot of maintenance problems. And so if you try and go and connect everyone to the grid now, they will all be suffering from those same problems. So it's like you have to fix the foundational infrastructure and then extend out the grid to bring in new customers. So we're trying to do both of those, but it's going to be a tremendous amount of effort to fix the foundational infrastructure in place. But we do have an access component that is going to be focusing on which communities to be connecting, where there's opportunities to connect schools, hospitals, businesses. There will be a focus component for that. And we also see ourselves as part of a team on the Ministry of Energy's donor partner committee. So there are other donors who will be able to come in and do a lot more connections once the major infrastructure is in place. There are a lot of private sector companies that can come in and do the generation and really increase the amount of electricity once the grid is capable of moving that electricity around. So our program is very specifically designed to fit into this ecosystem of private sector, other donor partners, as the government of Sierra Leone implements their strategy for the nation. And we see our role as very central for transmission and distribution, heavy infrastructure, difficult projects that the private sector and even other donors struggle to take on. The government has said, MCC, can you tackle these ones with us? And so that's something we intend to do. Now, with regard to politics, this program is really going to be run by technocrats. So that means politically neutral experts who are implementing a technical program. They're technocrats, and the program is designed to be continuous even through changes of administration. So we expect to be able to begin significant construction works and have them underway by the time, for example, you have your next presidential election in 2028. And I would say it's very normal for compacts to be in the middle of implementation when a partner country has an election and there's a change of office. This is a common thing, and so we're prepared to follow through with implementation based on the compact agreement that we have between our two countries.
What Suleiman was trying to say from the text message, when there became a change of government from one administration to another, that was what slowed down the compact. Now his question is, what if there is a change of governance in Sierra Leone? Will that not also halt or slow down the compact? That's what he was trying to say.
So the compact is a partnership between our two countries, right? So if one of our countries decides to pull out of the partnership, if one of the partners decides to pull out of the partnership, that's up to the partners. That one is actually above my head, right? That's the kind of decision for us that our chief of mission at the U.S. Embassy or our leaders in Parliament or Congress back home would take. And the same is true among Sierra Leoneans, right? I mean, if an administration of the government of Sierra Leone decides to withdraw from the compact, that's their decision. But the compact as it stands is planned to complete implementation over 5 years after we enter into force. And very rarely have we seen changes of administration in partner countries slow down or withdraw from compacts, because we specifically designed these programs to benefit all Sierra Leoneans. And I think, if the program was seen to be only benefiting one party or another, there would be more of a political risk there. But I think those who are working on this program from the very beginning deliberately designed the program to benefit all Sierra Leoneans, so that there would be no sense of political favoritism, and that would reduce this type of concern.
So Ibrahim from Australia did say 60 to 80% of most Sierra Leoneans do tamper with lights. He further asks if there is a mechanism or systems put in place for the meters, the electricity meters, to be regulated by the United States.
So I would be curious to see his study, and if he has a team that's done that research and can provide us with the study, we would find that helpful, because those are fairly specific numbers. I don't contest them because I haven't done the study. I don't know what the numbers are exactly, but I think electricity theft is a felt concern, something that came up in our preparations for the compact as well, and that really is something that just comes down to utility management, right? Can the utility keep track of its meters? Does it check if people are stealing electricity? If they're stealing or they're not paying, is there some sort of consequence or corrective action that the utility can take? So that is a utility management issue that needs to be tackled. And I think it's one that the current Ministry of Energy is very focused on. And I know that there's an effort underway to even bring in a private operator for the utility to try and improve operations there. We hope that's successful. We think that would be a good outcome for the country, because I know the current team has kind of struggled with that. But the compact is really going to focus on refurbishing the infrastructure, building out the high voltage transmission lines, and we're a very important partner. We really care about following through with the compact as designed, but we don't plan on taking control of the utility, for example, and having it managed from the U.S. or anything like that. This is a Sierra Leonean energy sector. We want this sector to be successful and serious, so that our people can come here and do business and enjoy your country as you do.
All right, the program is here, the Broadcasting Morning Show with Steve Gouda in the studio. Now, Steve, tell me some Creole word with Sabina Salon.
Some Creole words. Well, I know the Creole word for children is piking. So I have some piking at home. I know the Creole word for no is sabi. You just taught me that one. But I really enjoy Creole. You know, I think it's a very friendly language, and it's something I want to learn more.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much, Steve, for this opportunity coming into the studio, and to all our viewers, thank you very much for tuning into Unity Broadcasting. It's a pleasure having you. To all who sent their text messages, congratulations. If I did not read your message, apologies. And you know, I do all the time. To all our studio engineer, David Harding, thank you very much. Congratulations to Alfred Pewa. Today is his birthday. Happy birthday. He's a camera operator, and also he is a reporter, senior reporter at Unity Broadcasting Online Television. To all who joined and who couldn't join, who will be watching later, thank you very much, and I'll look forward to seeing you on Monday. My name is Elizabeth Kefoigembe. Thank you and good morning again.
Unity Broadcasting Television don't come for unify, sensitize, and inform Salon people home and abroad. Broadcasting TV don't come
for developments now we country TV.
Unify, sensitize, and inform we all.
For developments now we nation salon.
Unity Broadcasting TV don't come
for developments now we country TV.
Unify, sensitize, and inform we all.
For developments now we nation salon.
We now independent media house. We dey here for unify, sensitize, and inform Sierra Leoneans home and abroad.
We dey here so for talk, but wetin dey happen? Political discussion.
You for know about salon politics.
Religious messages, entertainment self no go left again.
We no go left nothing bien no.
Broadcasting TV don't come
for developments now we country TV.
Unify, sensitize, and inform we all.
For developments now we nation salon.
Unity Broadcasting TV don't come
for developments now we country TV.
Unify, sensitize, and inform we all.
For developments now we nation salon.
This not the team them where we dey talk about
Sierra Leone political history,
defeating the lives of fake people.
Waiting they be na social media.
One-on-one interview, we go bring you all the hot topics.
Unity Broadcasting TV say,
and we